happened. I was in a clubhouse listening to older MILF women talk about dating.
Yeah.
And that was interesting.
Yeah, I'm in Clubhouse hasn't been getting good reviews over here. Everybody says they don't like the way it's set up or something.
What? I mean, of course it has its cons and its pros, but it depends on what you're on there for.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess it was people like they don't like having to wait to have to comment or whatever or
Oh,
something like that can put on here where you can actually um just make a comment or whatever. I think
yeah.
that's the issue with
Oh, you
Clubhouse.
yeah, your clique of people on Clubhouse to talk with, because everybody doesn't know how to moderate a room and let everybody
Yeah,
speak. Yeah.
exactly. So that's kind of why I like this a little bit better. But I'm not gonna be if I'm already on one like podcast thing, I'm not gonna be doing a whole nother one or just listening to a bunch of people because not everybody has the talent to host the show as well.
Right.
Which I'm sure you've seen on here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, yo, what? There's like people on here that just sit and like chew gum and
Right.
breathe, and listeners, I'm like, yo, what is this?
Exactly.
I'm like, I
Exactly.
can do this, you know what I mean? So, um, tonight, the reason this topic came up is because I had a show before that was about trying to help the side chick become the main chick,
Mm-hmm.
and so I wanted to do a show tonight that was like, all right, we have to stand up for one night stand people because there's
Mm-hmm.
this this what's the word, this whatever comes with one night stand people where they're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, you're not worth being in a relationship with because you had sex too soon. And at my age range, I don't believe in that. Even when I was dating, that wasn't a thing for me because you could miss out on a really good person because of what somebody else's beliefs. Because
Mm-hmm.
if that's not your belief, why do you care what other people think? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
So,
for me, I've
mhm,
never had a night stand. I'm 33. I'm a
mhm,
I'm a mother. I've never had a one night stand. I don't know what that is. The way
okay.
that I'm sexually attracted to people, it takes
Mhm,
time. It takes time. That has not changed. So
mhm.
I don't know why or how, and I've never understood why a has a one night stand. But I'm not telling people like when you do, this is what's going to happen. This is what's not going to happen because I know that people have had long relationships after one
Yeah,
night stand. People have had marriages work after one night stand.
exactly.
It really just depends on the person.
Exactly. So, yeah, these people who are judging the one night standers, I'm here to stand up for them
Yeah.
and let them know you have value. You are still marketable,
Yeah.
and you still deserve to be somebody's number one. Um, Now, don't get it twisted. There's a way this game has to be played, and
Mm-hmm.
as Mel said, there's levels to this shit. So it's not just anybody can do this and get away with it. It has to be done in a particular way. For from now, I'm just going from the male perspective. For men to not look at you funny afterwards, you know what I mean? Um, I guess we can get the female callers. Feel free to call and let us know, how you guys feel about it or what your standards are for one night stands with men. But from the
Mm-hmm.
male perspective, I'll start off simple. It's my motto is it's not what you do, it's how much you do
Mm.
for the one night stand. Yeah. So breaking that down, it's like we're adults, we have a good date, we have chemistry. Some
Yeah.
people be connected. You connect really well with somebody, the conversation is great. The vibe is great, whatever. And then you two are physically attracted to each other. So it doesn't have to be that situation where it's like the guy's doing I'm trying to fuck, I'm gonna get laid tonight, or even the woman doing that. It can
Mm.
just literally be organic. And y'all are adults, you have a good date, you go out for dinner, conversation, you go for a walk, everything's going cool. And one of you happens to invite the other back to your place
Mm-hmm.
and have maybe some nightcaps and some stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just grown. It happens with dating. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. You probably still get to know the person, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have to watch out for, what I know as a male, we watch out for is okay. She was cool. We did that thing,
Mm-hmm.
but how much did she do? So now I have to worry about is okay. We went home. You know, there was no condom used. There was swallowing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing on blah blah blah. All nasty porn stuff. Probably not gonna call you back after that, or we'll talk. But your position as the wife, for me, is automatically dismissed after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like can't do it because I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm that special. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I don't think you came to me tonight and you was like, you know what, this guy's so cool. I'm gonna do all this for him in the bedroom on the first night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like licking balls, all that. I just feel like you gotta reserve something for your husband or in the bedroom for once we're together.
Right.
So I feel that's where my standard would be is okay, you're out of the wife running, but now might be a friend with benefits or a sexual partner, and that's about it. But that's what will eliminate you in my book. And I know I've talked to a lot of men about this. That's kind of how guys feel. Obviously, there's gonna be men in the chat. Y'all let us know what you think. But that's where I wanted to start off and get the ball rolling as far as how I feel you could possibly get eliminated from, or one of the ways you get eliminated from, wife contention. You know what I'm saying? Here
I
you
feel
go.
like if you have your own standard and you're
Mm-hmm.
willing to gamble your body and the possibility with this person that you just like for right now,
Mm-hmm.
be able to stand up in your shit. And that goes for men or women. But
Mm-hmm.
as you get older, you do have a filter. And that filter that you have on people is this is what I'm looking for. This person
Yeah.
checks this off for me. This is what
Mm-hmm.
my need is. I'm going to tell this person what my need is. If they're adult and they're in agreement, this is what we're doing. If I call back, if I see you again, that's a decision I make. If you're
Mm-hmm.
willing to agree with me right now, that's a decision you make. I think it's a problem of people not being able to be mature and stand up in their decisions.
Yeah. Definitely, I agree with you 100%. I always tell people I've been blessed with the incredible way of not giving a fuck about about what people think. So I'm only worried about my decisions and how I feel about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't, for me personally, I wouldn't be like, oh, what am I? And first of all, you don't even have to explain to people that happened. This is your bedroom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When people are like, how'd you meet? Oh, the first night we went out, had drinks, and then we fucked all night. Like you don't have to do that part.
And
Nobody has no.
that's a problem with people today, this young society today. They think they have to tell people their everything.
Yeah, who are you for me to explain myself to? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like this is between me and my partner. Just know we happy, we together, and, and that's where things are. So I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses for how fast we did it or whatever. And that's not something I ever with my male friends. I never that's nothing we even talk about when we discuss
Yeah.
for our relationship. Never like, oh well, how soon did you have sex with her? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially not I'm 37, so for me it's what's the credit score? You know what I mean? Like what do they have going on? Do they have a
How
home
much
money?
debt do you have?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not worried. Did you hit it yet? Man, we not in high school. It don't even matter at this point. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you on people not being able to stand up in their own shit. You want to play this? I guess this first comment. Somebody commented real
Yeah.
quick.
I just want to say, I met my wife in 2001. We hung out the first night. We had a stand, and we did it the next night. And then I moved in on the Friday, 4 days
Wow.
later, and then we got
Wow.
Jesus.
married. And I hadn't been a sheltered person before that. I just knew it was right, and she didn't was not sheltered either. It just works when it works.
Hey, come on, Mr. Danger.
Mr. Danger, you definitely have the right name because
That's why.
yeah, that's crazy. Like listen, everybody has their own journey. This is a judgment free zone. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm here to help. So I'm only here for help tonight. That's it. I want to help people who do one night stands understand that you have value and that
Yeah.
you too can be the number one. That's cool, Mr. Danger. Um, I'm glad that worked that way for you because I know for a lot of people that would have ended up in disaster. But Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
fast for all that moving in and it's not even the sexual part. The moving in part,
Yeah.
that was the risk in my opinion. It's like, damn, like,
It's like vulnerability from the jump.
yeah,
And it just
Jesus.
leveling up every day. Okay, so you can move in on Friday. Okay, so you're
Hmm.
gonna build together. Okay, so when you go to work, you coming right back here. Okay, like it's a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
like I don't even. I, how do I trust you at this point? You know what I mean? Like we just met a couple days ago, and I'm like,
Yeah,
there's got to be the trust. You have access to my house now.
yeah.
I haven't even given you enough time to figure out if you're crazy or not. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So, and that's the biggest thing now for me, especially nowadays, is there's a lot of crazy people out there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like us to have a good first, second session, but to move in, I have to make sure you're not crazy
yeah.
because you're gonna be around me in the middle of the night. I don't want to wake up and you standing there staring at me with a knife, or, or you
It's,
do weird shit.
they out here.
Yeah,
Those are
exactly.
here, okay. Okay. So I haven't had a one night stand, but I've had a DMD.
What's the DMD?
A DMD is a dick me down person where
Uh
um we met in traffic
huh.
and he demanded my phone number or he just gave me his, and
Uh-huh.
we instantly had a discussion while he was like in his truck and I was going home, and then the next day it became like, like a smoothie date
Uh huh.
kind of like a smoothie meet. And over the next couple of days we didn't like talk all night all day, we didn't do none of that. And then
Uh huh.
over a couple of days, like I told him like I like to go to the gym in the morning, so I would go to the gym, and it became
Uh
a, he knew when I was leaving the gym, he would bring me like a smoothie or whatever, we would talk or whatever. And then, you know I want to say after like six days or 7 days, he invited me. He was like, man, fuck it. He was like,
huh.
this is my address. He was like, come by, like come see me.
Okay.
And I was just like, ooh, I don't know him. Like, I know him, but I don't know him. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I want to go to his house. And so I told my closest friends, hey, turn your locations on. Here's my
Yep.
location. I'm
Uh
going to
huh.
the house, right? I told them
Uh,
I got there. I took my gun with me. My gun was in my bag. And
damn.
um, I'm in Georgia. This is how we do. And
Yeah.
I
I was
went in
about to
the place. It was clean. It was just him. It wasn't no
say.
room situation because that's a turn off. And
Uh
this man had like straight bachelor pad, right? And
Barely anything in
listen,
it.
gun magazines on the windowsill, gun in
Uh
the room, gun, in the living room, but
huh.
comfy, right? And so
Okay.
we was just sitting there, like I think we was watching like Sons of Anarchy, and we was just
Uh-huh.
chilling. And it's kind of like some people you meet, you feel like you knew them already. So it's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like you get here, I'm gonna be all over you, and then I'm gonna make you like go to my bedroom or whatever. So I was over there for like a few hours, and
Uh
we were just chilling, watching TV. And I think like he tried to kiss me, I kissed him, and then we were just like chilling. And then he was like trying to see like what's the like next level that I'm cool with.
yeah.
And when I peeped at him trying to see what's the next level that I'm cool with, I'm just like, no,
Hmm.
I'm not doing that. And he was like, is there a problem? I said, no, there's no problem. He was like me? I said, no, I like you, but I don't know you like that. And that's not
Yeah.
what I, and he was like, oh, okay. And he was cool. It was no attitude change or nothing.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
he good money. He cool.
Yeah.
Then like, now let me tell you something. My pussy wanted to. My pussy was
Hmm.
Okay. My pussy was like thumper, like you dumb, dumb, dumb bitch. Like, we want this. And I was like, not today. I was like, no. So I'm sitting there trying to like calm her down. I was like, not today.
Uh-huh.
We gonna let this thing simmer like oxtails. It's better when you wait.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm gonna wait. So like the second time I went over there,
yeah.
uh, which was like I want to say 3 or 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I came pencil skirt, no draws, titty
It was
bra.
on and popping.
A titty bra is a bra that serves no purpose but to look good on titties. Okay,
Yeah.
and he already knew. He was like, no. I said nope. He was like, oh, okay, and then it was just understood like I don't need you to call me. I don't want to go on no date. I don't
Uh-huh.
need you to bullshit me and act like you want more than what this is. I just
Mm-hmm.
need, and it became a understanding of you are just like my person just for this. Um,
Yeah.
everything that we did was like protected, and
Mm-hmm.
that was it. Like there was no like I would correct him. He tried to hit me with the good morning text. I was like, hey,
Oh,
I
we
don't
ain't
like.
doing it.
Listen, I said I don't like good morning text. You ain't got to text me.
Uh,
Um, I don't like people calling me sweetie or baby. Don't call me that. Don't pet name me. Um, I'm
mm-hmm.
I'm not off today. I can't come see you today. I'll let you know. And
Uh,
a lot of times, women have to set men straight when they do just want that to not let
yeah.
it be more because some men can't. Some men can't handle the fact that oh, so I'm really just her fuck person.
Yeah, because that fucks with the ego.
Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to say like after the third time and I saw that like he was fucking me the same way and it was predictable, I was done. So like I never went back over there, never returned a call. It was just like
Uh-huh.
non-existent and I was good with that. But that I
Yeah.
feel like that was something that I needed to try because I've never done that before. Everybody that I've had sexual relations with has been relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got
I mean, you just gotta get some shit out your system to see if it's your thing, and if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. And I
yeah.
would just say to any women thinking, um, it's better to just be in a relationship. It is so relieving to be able to fuck a man and you be the one to leave.
I,
Oh, I said, oh, so men been out here just living it up, just coming through
oh man.
to come through and dipping and going about their business. Like it was such a relief to be done with somebody, not have to check
Uh-huh.
on somebody, not have to call in and tell them about your days. Just like I'll call you when I call you. Don't call me.
Jesus, you was pimping this guy. Jesus
I
Christ.
loved it. I
This is
loved
straight pimping. Oh, I've got questions, but let me play this message real quick and then we gonna get to these questions. I got some questions for you about that situation.
Hey, shout out to the host. She gets it pod
it.
in dungeon. Another great topic. I kind of have mixed feelings about this because I do feel like it is up to your bedroom and it's up to your relationships. But you got to be very careful with that when you're dating because, man, sometimes people really be lying about who they are. They send a representative and
Mm,
you could be very genuine and then you thinking the other person's being genuine and turns out they was just trying to get in their drawers or whatever, underhanded ultra motive they've had. So it's a hard thing, That's one of the reasons why you kind of have to fill people out and see what they really are about. Because the one night stands could be fun, but it could also be very, very dangerous.
facts.
Sister Pondell dropping knowledge. Thank you for coming through, Queen.
That
Uh,
is.
I definitely agree with you. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I said that is facts.
Yeah, definitely agree with what you're saying. You do have to be careful because people have ulterior motives, and I guess that doesn't work for a lot of guys because I understand why they do it, and I feel like it's a certain kind of guy that could pull off the honesty aspect and really be like, "This is really what I'm looking for," and
Mhm.
actually be able to get be able to get the draws. So, um, just real quick to re-announce the show, we're kind of talking about one night stands and letting people know that if you've had a one night stand, you can still be the number one. You can be the wife. You can be the husband. You just got to go about it the right way. We're sharing stories here of things we've done in the past and the do's and don'ts if you do want to be the number one spot after having a one night stand. It's Dungeon and She Gets It Pod. We're over here just chatting it up. Make sure you follow both of us, and feel free to comment and add to the discussion. We judgment free zone here. We're all grown, and that's what we do. So back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So after you pimp this guy out, just pimped him out.
Did I pimp him
Just
out, or did we agree? We agreed. We agreed. Like
listen.
this is another thing that he told me. We had a
Mm-hmm.
discussion, and he said, "I'm not in a relationship right now. This is what
Mm-hmm.
I do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want kids. I want twins." And if I have to pay for a woman to have twins on her first go, I'm going to do that. In my head, that instantly told me, hey, I have 2 kids already. I don't want any more kids, so I will never be this man, woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Um,
it's very important for women to listen to what men say.
it's true, and from what you're telling me, and this sounds like what he said. I feel like he really wanted the opposite eventually and was hoping for the opposite to happen. Because one, when you give a guy the opportunity to just fuck and
Mm-hmm.
literally leave it like, hey, I'm cool with it,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't maximize that opportunity. So when
Mm-hmm.
you say you had to get rid of him after the third time because it was just predictable, that's not single guy stuff. Not single guys that know what they're doing. A single guy that's about that fuck game
Yeah.
is he going different, especially if y'all attracted to each other. It's going to be all kinds of crazy sex being had.
That's what I
It's not.
thought. And what's so crazy is every time after we had like a fuck session, this man would be like, he want to cuddle. And I'm like, I told him, I said, I don't cuddle with men I'm not in relationships with.
Listen, he wanted the opposite. That man wanted a relationship. He did the actual opposite of what we talk about.
Yeah.
Whereas you lie and be like, "Oh, I want a relationship because I'm gonna get these drawers." And instead, he's like, "No, I'm cool with being a friend with benefit. I
Yeah.
want to be. I want to have the full shebang." And then
Yeah.
it starts to come out. There's a way to go about that as well. Like you can respect the person that you just fucking and
Yeah.
not have to do disrespectful things. So okay, we just fucking after
Mm.
the sex. I'm not gonna kick you out. I'm not gonna be like, yo, you gotta get out. But ain't gonna be no cuddling. I can be like, yo, you want a bottle of water or something?
Yeah.
You know,
And
how was your week? How was work? Work good? You making this money? Okay, cool. Because I respect you.
yeah.
Somebody that I don't respect, I'm just like, yo, get the fuck out. But if I respect you and we have an arrangement,
And
I'm
that's
gonna
it.
treat you like a respected person.
He after we would do that, he'd be like, "Do you have to leave? Do you have other things?" I said, "No, I'm good until like 2 o'clock." And so he was like, "All right." He was like, "Can we watch this? Are you cool with
Uh,
watching?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You want anything to eat? You want anything to drink?" And I was like, "No." And I was watching his whole setup. So
yeah.
he worked for himself. He made his own schedule. He had
Mm-hmm.
like a huge, big ass, needed to be in the house as TV living room.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
Mm-hmm.
in, and then he had the same size TV in his bedroom. When I went in his bathroom, the whole fucking counter from the door to the back of the bathroom was filled up with like top of the line cologne, and then
Okay.
every room was like name brand shit. So
Mm-hmm.
what that told me was he's not in the mind frame of priorities
Mm-hmm.
because his car was leased and you have enough to own some shit and you don't, and you're
Mm-hmm.
spending your money on dumb shit. So that turned me off. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
because I didn't want anything more, I was okay with it just being. I'm not even gonna speak on it because if I speak on it, that means I give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because I know you
Yeah.
can.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I think when women find themselves, having, that type of relationship with a man and wanting it to be more, and they see all the fucking clues that it's not going to be more, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
their fault because all the evidence be there, especially when you're at a man's house, that he doesn't want what you
Yeah.
thinking.
Mm-hmm. You got that right. Let's play this message.
Hey guys, it's
What's up?
Queen Butterfly Jones over here
What's good?
checking in.
Okay.
So basically, I had a one night stand and it lasted 10 years, and I ended up marrying the person and got a child out of it.
Look at
It
that.
ended in divorce, but it was 10 years of a good time.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
I have mixed feelings about it. Like, I am at a different age now, so I probably wouldn't be doing one night stands. But I can't say that a one night stand might not lead to something else, because mine led to marriage and a child.
Mm-hmm.
See, see,
Come
we
on.
have a semi-success story here.
Yes.
Uh, 10 years, that's a lot of time. But I'm just like I said, just because it's a one night stand doesn't mean that you don't qualify to be the wife or whatever. You know what I mean? So I definitely we hear you, Queen. Appreciate you sharing. Um, at 10 years, that's a long time. That's a good amount of time to put
Yeah.
in. So how do you feel about because you go for the long haul. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You play the long game. So um as far as you wait, what do you feel is a good amount of time to wait then? If you're like, all right, well, I'm interested at this point, uh, but we're not doing it no time soon. Do you do the Steve Harvey nonsense, or are you like, oh no, I don't
No,
do that BS. It feels right, I just go.
I feel people out. But so
Mm-hmm.
for me, I've never had like a formal meet somebody, court me. We go on like an official date, and then we, talk a little bit about something, and then we'll go on another date. I've never had that. All of my relationships have been friendship based first. I watch the man deal with the women that he chooses. I watch how he talk about those women when those women are not around. I watch how
Mm-hmm.
he talks to them on the phone. I watch his character and how he deals with people and how he talks to people and what he thinks about the friends that he's around. And then I make
Mm-hmm.
my evaluation. Do I want to graduate you and level you up to being something more with me, or are you just friends only? And I feel like if women did that a lot more, they'll make better choices in the people that they're in relationships with.
So I see the text. So you play detective from the get
Yeah,
go then.
yes,
Instead of being like we're gonna play the guessing game because I don't know you, and
right.
now I gotta because you can't. Yeah, because when you're with a friend,
Hmm.
like you said, you can just be hanging out and hear these phone calls. You
Yeah,
can't do that. Random guy off of whatever app
right,
or wherever you met him from
yeah,
because you just have to go with the avatar that they're presenting
right,
when you first meet. That's
right.
actually that's a very unique way because I was about to be like, well, why? So that's the traditional way. I would
Hmm.
say for people to like, oh, yeah, I meet somebody at a bar on, well, nowadays it's on an app or, wherever. And then we, hang out and I just get to know them. The biggest thing I feel, even if you're not doing it your way, is there's a very big lack of communication with
Hmm.
people. You, if you don't ask the right questions, you're also going to get fucked over probably in the end because the question shouldn't be, what's your favorite color,
Fuck that
who,
favorite color shit. Like,
you
how
know,
old are we? Are we six? Like,
yeah,
you ask the real questions, like, you know, what about you don't you like, or what
yeah,
about you as far as a con are you working on, or what
yeah.
is
What
it
are your
that
biggest flaws?
what's your ideal lifestyle?
Mm-hmm.
Going by the time you get this age, and really
Yeah,
ask for shit that matters.
yeah, and that's the problem is the conversations are so the line is so low. Like it's such a low standard for conversations. And now I'm here women talking about they deal with guys that these guys do one word answers. Why are you giving that person your time? If
Exactly.
man, if you can't carry on a conversation with me, I'm not fucking wasting my time with you.
Facts.
Like it's almost disrespectful. Like, how was your day? Good. All right. I'm like, just strike one. So what are you looking for in a partner? I don't really know somebody fun. Okay, strike two. What do you want to get married one day? You want to have a house, kid? Yeah, I guess. All right, let me grab my jacket. I'm out of here. I don't have time for that. Like you can't converse, your brain can't work enough to think up more than one word answers, then we have nothing in common, and I shouldn't be getting in bed with you. You know what I mean, male or female, because that's the person that has nothing to offer. You know what I mean? And there's also a level of interest people will show when they're fucking interested in you. To be honest, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, if you can't respect me enough to have a full fledged conversation,
Let
why
me
why should I be giving my body to you?
exactly.
You
When a woman is really interested in you, she
know?
overshares information about what you ask her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
she doesn't give you the space to end the conversation. And that's
Yeah.
how you problem is these young boys out here in their teens, their 20s and their 30s, and some of them are in their 40s not knowing shit, is
Uh-huh.
nobody taught them how to read a woman, read the lines, and just listen for what they.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, when I don't want to talk to you, when you're annoying me, or when
Mm-hmm.
if I'm in a relationship and you're getting on my nerves, but I'm not going to be an instant bitch. I'm gonna be an undertone bitch where I'm gonna be like, when you ask me something, I'm gonna give you a one word answer, or I'm gonna.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I don't want to talk to you. I don't like you. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay, that's what that means. And I don't know if you could call it me being anal. Once a man texts me something that's a basic word and they spell it wrong with all the motherfucking spell check that's out here, he's
Yeah.
deleted, he's blocked. Because I can't have a discussion with you when you abbreviating 4 letter words.
Yeah. No, you listen, that's not being anal, because I'm the same way when it comes to that. Like, if we're having a conversation, like, we could talk, and if I hear the word being used incorrectly, I'll be like, no, that's this. As long as you correct it, we cool. But don't
Yeah,
just, like, or send me text with, you don't know the difference between there, and there. You
boy.
know, and I'm like, oh man, like, 'cause it's the little things that trigger you. I get it. It's the little things, but
Yeah,
it should be, you kind of got to, be able to know that kind of stuff to know the level of intelligence
yeah,
that you're dealing with over here. Let's play this message.
I give them about a month, but I'm not about to invest too much time in it
yep.
if I don't feel that they're worth the time. That's
Mm,
A. And B, I need to see what that package is looking like. Like
mm,
after a month, I need to have maybe patted it, or maybe stuck my hand in your pants or something to know what's going on down there, to want to move on later, because I'm not going to invest 3 to 6 months in that Steve Harvey thing and playing games, and then you turn around and you can't even satisfy me. Now I'm pissed the hell off.
facts.
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 Facts, 100%. That's why I've never been the. If you come to me talking about, oh, I don't have sex before marriage, have a nice life, my man.
Yeah.
I know what the Bible says. Me and you have nothing in common. Sorry, Lord, I have sinned, but there's no way that I'm gonna marry somebody that I haven't test driven first.
I just don't understand
Because
how people
what?
ba- how people base their life upon a book that's 1/3 of a story.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, these are guidelines. Let me explain this. Like, common sense will let you know. Okay, you want to sit there and pretend like, oh well, if the sex isn't good, I'll teach them. I'm like, listen, I've had enough sex to know that you can't teach people who are bad at sex how to be good at sex. You
Listen,
know
that's
what I mean?
not for me.
And
If I have to teach a man how to fuck me, you're not fucking me ever again in your life.
and what about the chemistry? Like, this is where people aren't acting like, and I get it, people have arranged marriages and all that. That's cool, that's what y'all do. But there has to be chemistry that enhances the sex. You know what I mean? Where you're like, damn, like, on top of the fact that I do like this person, we have chemistry in the bedroom too.
Yeah.
But I'm marrying you because you all these checklists or things on my checklist, and I have no idea if we're gonna be good together in the bedroom. This is a chance. I'm like, nah, because old girl said, you may not be big enough, you might not be packing enough, you might not be freaky enough, and now what we doing? Divorce immediately? Come on, man. Like, what does this look like? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But like she said, a month. So you feel Is that enough time? You think that would work for you a month, or you probably be like, hey, I gotta go a little bit longer?
So right now, if I'm looking for a relationship with somebody,
Uh,
I don't know. It will have to depend on that person and how much we mesh. It could be that week. It could be, you know, more than a month. It depends on that person and where they're at. And are their actions matching their words? Because I'm big on what I invest my time into because I could be doing something else.
yeah, and with I know you said you got kids and all that, so with dating, um, do you do like the dating multiple people? Or you're like, nah, I do one person at a time and that's it.
I've
Try to get
been one person at a time. I'm not a serial uh
your
spending
dater.
getting energy person. I've
Mm-hmm.
never cheated in any of my relationships. I don't believe in that shit. I did the shit and I have a space, a time frame of nobody, and then I engage with somebody else to catch that. Because people out here giving their energy to multiple people within the same time frame, you're never gonna
Yep.
know who's giving you a bad mood or who's sending you bad vibes or who got
Ex-
some juju on you if you spreading yourself thin between everybody. Like, why is everybody getting a piece of you?
exactly. And
So
why do you need free dinners for $40?
listen, listen.
Free drinks.
So right now, being that, I'm a mom, I'm single, and I have two daughters, I don't date. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
had sex in like a year and 2 months. And
Mm-hmm.
I put all my sexual energy into work and doing things for myself that give me the results that I need without question because I
Yeah.
know what I'm putting in. I don't have to question if somebody's going to show up for me because I'm showing up for me. So
Mm-hmm.
now I call this the time frame of me perfecting how I can explain myself to the person that wants to be in a relationship with me in the future. Can a man be able to ask me anything and I should have an answer for him for the man in my future? When I'm in a shitty mood, I need to be able to tell that man what I need to get out my mood and not give him a shrug and be like, I don't know. Like that's childish to me. So the longer I spend time with myself, I could perfect those things so I could be better for the next person. Because if I was
Yeah.
dating a person right now, if I
Mm-hmm.
was in a relationship right now, I would be doing that man a disservice. Because someday I wake up and I get on my fucking nerves and I don't want to deal with anybody and I don't want to deal with myself, but I have to.
Yeah.
So I'm not dating anybody right now on purpose because that's not where my head is at.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's smart. Unfortunately, there's not enough people that think like that. Dating scene, as a matter of fact, is more a bunch of toxic people out
Yeah.
here who refuse to get better and be like, no, fix my problems. I suck as a person and as a human being, and you should deal with it. And I'll make you feel bad if I, fuck up and don't, don't end up being everything I told you I was,
Mhm.
because you're a fucked up individual. You need to sit and chill. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Dating a bunch of fuck people, like sit down, reorganize, analyze yourself, figure out what you got going on. Stop this jumping. Okay, it didn't work out with this guy. I'm going to the next. Oh, this guy was bad for me. Oh, I got a crazy zodiac sign. Let me be crazy. Fuck all of that. What'd you say?
Yeah, that's true. Like
Yeah.
for me, I think my sign gets like bad, um, reviews. I'm a Gemini, but
Oh, ooh.
I the only time you'll see another side of me is when
Uh,
I give you a chance to be honest and be upfront, and now you have me in some bullshit that we already talked about. That's the only
yeah,
time that you'll see another side of me. Other than that, I am like this since elementary, middle school, high school, college, any workplace that I've been in. I've always teeter tottered on HR knowing me by first name, but not
yeah.
really be all the way in trouble. But they know that I'm with the shits, but I
Uh-huh.
good work. So they be like, let her stay. She's just, a little bit on the edgy side. So
Yeah.
I know my levels of you about to get another side of me. And I hope nobody has to deal with the other side of me because there is no stopping the other side of me. I'm satisfied when I'm satisfied. And I'll make
Yeah.
sure you have something to tell your great great grandkids about me if you see my other side. And that's how I am. That's how I always been.
That's the Gemini right there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's play this message.
Ain't nobody fucking a gargoyle. Y'all up here trying to be nice. Ain't nobody fucking no gargoyle. Everybody wants somebody that looks some type of way to be like, I'll take that home. But people be lying saying, oh, it's not about the looks. It is about the looks. It's all that for me. It's all that and then some.
Okay, so I would never fuck an individual like Kodak Black. He has a face that only mother could love.
Only love, yep.
But at the same time, because I know I'm not procreating anymore, I could give a fuck about a man being small, big, skinny, fat, tall, short, because who he is in his appearance is not going to affect me in any way. But
Mm-hmm.
I do want a good person. I do want someone with common sense. I do want someone that's knowledgeable about shit and I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. And I would like to spend my time with someone who serves some type of benefit other than me just fucking.
Yeah.
Because if
See,
it's fucking, you could fuck anybody you want.
exactly. And so I don't know for Queen Butterfly that left the last comment. I definitely don't feel like we were saying the physical attributes don't matter because that's a bold faced lie.
Yeah.
I would say it doesn't matter as much later on in the game as now. Me personally, it mattered a lot when I was early 20s to late 20s, physical prime. Just getting my life together. It was like how fat is the ass? Waist got to be perfect, all that. But
Yeah.
now that is not a primary thing because you can be a bad bitch and be broke, and I have no time
Hello.
or time for that.
Hello.
So now as a man, and this is what I the advice for women. I tell you, especially if you're gonna get serious with a man, try and get serious with him in the late 30s because that is around the time when we finally sit down and go, man, it's a bunch of terrible people out here. I'm wondering if I'm ever gonna meet a quality female. That's how it
Mm-hmm.
happened with me. That's how it happened with a bunch of my boys. Like by the time a man hits around mid 30s, which it sounds crazy, but it's kind of realistic for the male.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we start to actually really want to settle down where you'll get a legit commitment and
Mm-hmm.
not have to worry about as much of the bullshit because at that time, a man probably has a decent job, he's trying to own a home, get a family and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So you shouldn't be marrying him at 22, marry him around 35, 36.
Listen, a lot of listen, ain't nothing worse than a fine woman who thinks she a bad bitch that's broke that thinks she got money because she got you. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Great.
and a lot of men never mature, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of men fuck off on a good woman in their 20s, fuck off on a good woman in their 30s, fuck off on a good
Yep.
woman in their 40s. My parents were 30 years apart. My dad was still pulling women's numbers when I was 6, 7, 8. Didn't care within his marriage, didn't care. And
Uh-huh.
some men just feel like they can because they can and they got time.
Yeah.
And it's the threshold of the person you're with. How much
Mm-hmm.
of fucking off can I handle this man doing on me and making me look like a fool? Because a lot of women sit there and they stay and they wait for a man's dick to get tired. And sometimes
Yep.
dicks don't get tired. And sometimes they settle with the one that been keeping up with their bullshit the longest. And
Mm-hmm.
who they end up with. Not necessarily meaning that's who they wanted, but that's who would be willing to put up with their bullshit and their leftovers of what's left of the women that did not want their asses.
Exactly. And the last thing you want to do is wake up one day and be like, look at that person you with and be like, I really just settled for this motherfucker.
Yes.
Because now that resent's gonna kick in and it's gonna be a problem. Like that's why you have to have standards. You have to be real with yourself. You know what I mean? And you have to be able to let people know, that you're not gonna settle either. It doesn't matter like how long you've been tolerating each other. Don't tolerate people.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to tolerate. You should genuinely love or want to be with them, and
Yeah.
and it should be that easy. Like people are like, oh well, I've dealt with this. We got a kid now, so I guess we stuck. Nah, what?
Listen, I don't believe I don't believe in it. And I'm breaking that mold and that thinking with my daughters where, me and their fathers, we have a cordial relationship.
Mm,
Um they can tell me things. I can share things with them somewhat because their feelings still be in it. But we respect the fact that we're not together, we're not getting back together, but we
Yeah,
do have a child that we both want to see the best for, right? And so
exactly.
I equally make space for them to have that relationship with their children because they need it. But I think a lot of women get their pride in the mix and their bitterness in the mix, and they ruin those relationships. And I don't want to do that because I believe you can be a great parent to your child, whether you're with that mother or not, as long as the
Mhm.
maturity levels are there for both of y'all. So the
Yeah,
maturity got to match. And a lot of people don't understand that shit. I will never be with a man solely because we have kids. I don't give a fuck about the picket fence. I don't give a fuck about what it looked like. I'm not really into getting married. You know,
yep.
these people
Mhm.
are getting married out here. I could give a fuck less about a ring. I'm more so in like, what's the realness in our relationship? If I really don't like you, then I don't want
Mhm.
to. I don't want to be with you on that level. And I used to tell my ex this a lot. I would tell him, I don't like you as a person, but I love you. So that's why I do the things that I do. But
Mhm.
we have limits in our relationship. We will never be here. So therefore, I have to love you in limits. But when that
Yeah.
day comes where I can't love you in this limit anymore and I have a lot of love to give and I don't have nowhere to put it, this
Mhm.
gotta change.
Well, these is facts, people. These is facts. Play these messages.
Okay, okay, my bad, y'all. I thought y'all was on the train of, oh, it doesn't matter and love is love because love is love, but I can't be laying with somebody that don't be looking right. My bad, y'all.
Now, I think we're both pretty realistic with the standards here, especially the physical standards. I definitely am on that.
Mm-hmm.
You right, Sean. They gonna deal with the chick that sat there and dealt with the bullshit that they dealt with, that they dish out. They're going to marry her. She's gonna get it all. Everybody else gets screwed.
But you know what's so crazy with the women that deal with the bullshit and all of the women that he dealt with and all the women that he has babies with within their relationship?
Hmm.
What are you really getting rewarded with?
Yeah.
Because you've been doing the wife shit while he been with other women. You've been
Hmm.
taking care of the household. You probably been going half on bills with him. You gotta wash his clothes. You gotta keep up this smile on your face when you really feel like slapping the shit out of him. He's embarrassing you in public. So when he does be like, okay, here, bitch, here's the ring. You wanted it, here's the ring. What what are you holding on to? Do you really
The-
like this person? Are you trying to grow with this person, or do you want to just take pictures with this person later on and be like, "Nah, nah, nah, boo boo, I got a ring that don't mean shit." He gave you a ring to shut the fuck up.
yeah, like you've taken the disrespect.
Yeah,
I guess I got to do this.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because, and I've it seems like I've heard from a lot of women that do that. It really is the whole, like you said, nana boo boo part at the end where it's like,
yeah.
I won, bitches, I got him. And like the bitches are like, yeah, we let you have him. He's a piece of shit. Like none of us want him. Now you're left with the piece of shit
Let me tell
and
you something.
cheating
If I
on you.
ever get married, my ring is not going to be the brag. My
Hmm.
things are not going to be the brag. My house with a man is not going to be the brag. My relationship is going to be the brag.
Hmm.
And that's what it needs to be because my grandparents had a great marriage for 40 something years before they both passed away, and their ring was a gold band, and that's it. And they had a
Yeah.
great marriage, and it was a lot of respect there. And so I think today women have marriage twisted, men have marriage twisted. It is very disgusting and embarrassing when men inbox me and try to see if I'm with the shits of seeing them or meeting them out of town
Mm.
and hitting on me at the same time they posting their wife and talk about how much they love their wife.
Had a great night with my wife tonight
And if
while
and if
DMing you trying to see what's good.
listen, and if that's the epitome of your marriage, I don't
Hmm.
want that shit. And I think today a lot of people's marriages turn me the fuck off. Not saying that that's going to be my marriage, but
Hmm.
until marriage is understood in the way that I understand marriage and is valued in the way that I value marriage with another man, I'm good being single.
Well, so and just the advice I give to women with I know you're not saying this, but I throw this out there from the male perspective. One thing is when a man says he believes in marriage, don't
Mm-hmm.
shoot that shit. Because if he ends up being the one that you want, and you be like, oh, I don't give a fuck about the marriage part. I'm telling you, men who believe in marriage are a different type of male than
Yeah.
men who are just, it is what it is. If a man is like saying that to you, and not saying that, we're not talking about on no crazy shit. Y'all
Yeah.
just met. I want to marry you. No, not that nigga. We talking about a man who you speak to, you get to know he has morals, and he's
Yeah.
saying the kind of same thing you are, where it's like, yo, I watched my grandparents, and then I watched my parents, excuse me, and they've been together forever, blah, blah, blah. That's what I want. Don't shoot that guy down. Because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of women now be like, oh, nigga, it don't mean shit. That, have that paper don't mean nothing to me, blah, blah, blah. But it means something to him. And the reason
Yeah.
I'm saying it is if that's the guy you want, you're going to have to deal with the marriage part. It's not the worst problem to have. Because I know some women now, like, the marriage don't mean nothing if a man's a piece of shit. But sometimes the man who ain't the piece of shit wants the marriage. So you
Yeah.
can't have a cake too. If you want that cake, then go on and marry the motherfucker that's offering the marriage and it is everything you want. Don't be stubborn and be like, well, I don't really believe in marriage, so I get it. You're everything I want, but you want this marriage shit, and that I'm just gonna have to let you rock. You know how much longer you can be out here looking through these dirt bag ass dudes
Yeah. Or
when you
or not
somebody
or not looking not
uh,
looking. This is another thing that I need men and women to understand. When you talking to a man and you're vetting a man to get to know him and see how he thinks and all of that, when a man tells you that he's not traditional and the way that he loves,
oh,
he believes. Listen. He believes in pussy because that's popular now.
facts.
That listen, that's cool, and I believe
Mhm,
be able to love how you love. And there are
mhm,
some people that really do believe in that shit. But if you
mhm,
deep down that you're a monogamous motherfucker, that is
mhm.
person. Stop wasting your time. Stop
Yep,
making this person. Stop going out on dates. Stop hoping and wishing you could change this person's mindset. That just told me like, okay, we could never be on that level. But it's nice
yep.
talking to you sometimes. And I'm not making time out for you. I'm not giving
Nope,
you 2 hours of my day to sit on the phone. I'm not
nope.
FaceTime you. I'm not hitting you up because I'm into pouring in things that are investments.
Yes,
And
exactly.
that's in my friendships and that's in my family and that's in the people that I possibly want to be romantic with. If you're not an investment in me mentally, physically, or spiritually, what the fuck am I doing?
Please, preach to these niggas out here, man. Preach to them. Let's get to these messages.
I don't I don't think you can commit to nobody after no one night stand, because a one night stand is a person that
Please check out She Gets It Shop on Teespring. The website is in the description for this show. All right. I got merch on there for the show for those who would like to wear their support or show their support that way. You can support the She Gets It show and podcast and merch on that website. And if you can't get the website, just remember www.whoisshan.com and you can support me on other shows too and other places to shop for merch. Let's get back to the show. Do you hear this? Do you hear this silence? Yes, this is a space where your ad could be played about your product, where your ad could be played about your business, about your show, because I believe we can all be great on different shows and platforms. So if you're looking for ad space right now, your ad could be playing here instead of me talking and instead of this silence. So next time when I do an episode and you want to promote your show, your business, or your services, hit me up at She Gets It pod@gmail.com. Now back to my show. Back to my show. Don't say I never gave y'all anything. I'm giving you the space to be great.
You really don't know nothing about. You hear me? So that means after that one night stand, you decide that you want to get to know that person. But it's like in my head, and I'm just being real, I'm going to be thinking, damn, she gave me the pussy quick. Who else she done gave the pussy to? I definitely don't want to get to know nobody like that.
All right, Lamar, Jay. So you came in a little bit late on the conversation. Uh, we definitely have discussed this part. We actually kind of got off topic, but
Yeah, we did.
going back to the main topic, which is the one night stand, we're actually explaining how you can remain as the number one. So what you're saying is right. That's basically what 99% of people think. Oh, you fucked me the first night. How many other niggas did you fuck the first night?
Yeah.
But here I'm going to throw a little wrench in. You know, see what you think. What about is what do you feel about is how much she does that first night when y'all have sex? So let's say it's good sex, but she reserved a little bit, wasn't doing all the nasty, freaky shit you like to do, Lamar. You know what I mean? Like it was just good, chemistry, good sex, and that's it. It wasn't, oh yeah, she was all up in my balls. We did it raw, you know what I mean? Then I kicked her out and didn't even pay for the Uber. You know what I mean? Like that's when you're like, yo, who she do this all the time, or he do this all the time because I don't want to sound like it's one sided. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So what about that, Lamar? Like, what if she got everything you want? Y'all fuck because y'all chemistry is killing it. Great night, good
Mm-hmm.
dinner, and y'all physically attracted. Conversation great. She intelligent, hitting on all your checkpoints. You really gonna be like, you fucked me the first night. I can't deal with you anymore. And you think that naturally she give up the pussy to everybody, or were you that special? Get
Right.
back at your boy.
Right.
Here we go.
It's actually disgusting, Sean. And, I'm in my 40s now. So, things are kind of different for me. But I won't say that, oh, no, I didn't smash somebody's husband in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't good. Like, it wasn't, it was me being young, but it also was not good karma. Like,
Damn,
you get out what you put into the universe. And if you're putting out bullshit, you're going to get bullshit. As long as you keep putting bullshit out, you're going to receive it. And it took me a very long time to understand that concept of what you put out is what you get in.
Yeah.
that's facts. That's definitely facts. This all of you people out here thinking it's cool, men and women sleeping with wives and husbands. There is karma that comes with that too. Because I
Li-
know I used to. Oh, it ain't my problem. It
And
is
let
your problem. So,
women who are in relationships with men who feel like they are the status of wives, who chastise other women for being with their boyfriends, who out here posing like they single when they leave the house. Some of them pose like they're single when you're downstairs and they're upstairs also. Check your man and stop calling other women, because those other women wouldn't be bothering you or bothering that boyfriend that you're with unless your boyfriend wasn't seeking them out. So there's a level of understanding that women need to get. You're wasting your energy. You're spending your energy on someone and explaining shit to a woman that doesn't give a fuck.
y'all probably wonder why her name is She Gets It.
Listen,
She dropping on y'all?
listen. There's a lot of energy being spent. If you want to be a wife and you're doing wife-like things and your man is out in the street acting like a boy, then deal with that shit. And
Yeah.
be aware that you're wasting your time. He's no longer wasting your time. He's giving you prime example of what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck this is and what the fuck this is about to be. Are you staying because that's what you feel like you deserve, or are you staying because you gave up on yourself somewhere down the line?
and why has society shown us the wrong people to contact when people are fucking you over? Why
Hello.
I believe, okay, just like you said, your man out here acting up in the streets,
Yeah.
but you call him the bitches that keep appearing on his phone instead of being like, why am I dealing with you, my nigga?
Hello?
Like, why do I keep dealing with you? You're the problem. It's not these bitches. You're like, hey, this is my cheating ass man. Leave him alone. And they're gonna be like, nah, he keep coming on to me.
Listen.
I ain't never gonna leave him alone. And you like, oh, I'll fuck a bitch up. But the problem is your man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we the rule book is all fucked up, man. Like, people don't know who to attack when things are going wrong in their relationship. You always go after the wrong person instead of your spouse.
And then those cheating ass men want to hit you up and be like, man, why you talking to my girl like that? Why you talking to her crazy? Nigga, how the fuck I'm supposed to respect your woman and you don't respect your woman?
Yeah.
Right,
you
work.
you want to be the good guy now? Fuck out of here. Yeah, these people make me sick, man. People make me sick. Oh, let's get to some of these messages.
I look at a one night stand as like a gateway. It's like a gateway to getting to know a person. Because I've had one night stands with women in my lifetime, and we hit it off. 8, 9, 1 year relationships. So I look at it as being a gateway. A one night stand, it's nothing to frown down upon. It's just another route to meeting someone.
My man Donzie, I see you on the one night stand train. Clap it up, brother. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? That's what I've been saying from the get go. Just because it's a one night stand don't mean that you can't be the number one or get a successful relationship out of it. So I appreciate you for commenting. Feel free to, come through and let us know about how you feel about everything else we talking about, because we definitely off topic. How do you feel about that, she gets it?
I feel like that's right. That's fine. And to each their own. And I don't believe in number one, but we'll get into that after these messages.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we talking grown folk perspectives.
Yeah.
I bet. Like, okay, if it so happened to be that it was a cool ass night and she a cool ass female, we just probably got a little bit too tippy, smoked a little bit and got in the mode. That probably were her intentions, but how deep and how into the night we was, this is what happened. Okay, cool. Then I give her a chance. I ain't gonna throw away like trash. I definitely see what's all up. What's she all about?
Bam, we have a conversion, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Conversion. What'd you say?
What you call it? Big Boy from Outkast. He had a one night stand with his wife before she was his wife. They had a baby and they're married still.
Look, see, there's a lot of success stories from my one night stand people. Let's stop acting like y'all are minorities.
Yeah.
You get a bad rap, but we're in a different time now. Back in our parents' days, one night stands, you get your penis or vagina chopped off. Nowadays, it's dating. Things happen quick. But you, as a consensual, intelligent adult, have to know how to analyze how this one night stand went. Is this the person I should give my time to? Was it, just good, consensual, organic? We had a great time sex, or is this person a whore? You have to have your whore odometer on right to make this work. If you don't have a whore odometer, don't do this. I can't stress that enough. Your whore odometer ain't working, you're gonna play yourself. You're gonna catch some shit, and your feelings gonna get hurt. All right, so let's remember that. Get your whore odometer working correctly.
Yeah.
Right, because if she gonna fuck him, she gonna fuck him anyway. It don't matter what you say. You could have 80 kids by the man. You just beat cancer twice. Women don't give a fuck. Like, we're gonna do what we want to do regardless. Especially when we feel like we have nothing to lose. We ain't had nothing to lose in my 20s. I didn't have shit to lose. I didn't have no fucking kids and responsibilities to that extent that I needed to worry about her and her kids and if they was fat or what. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, you're right. In your 20s, you feel like you're invincible. Shit. In my 20s,
This is another.
What'd you say?
This is another thing with that. Women who have cheating boyfriends, not husbands, cheating boyfriends. Mm-hmm. Why do you feel like that woman wants your man?
Yeah.
She's getting a front row seat as to the fact that man ain't worth shit, and this is good at. So I'm gonna use all the things that he's good at, and I'm gonna send him home with you so you could deal with the rest of the bullshit. And that's what the fuck it is. Every woman that your man cheats with does
Mm,
not man because they see what that man does, and your position is not that great because they get front row seats to the bullshit.
yeah, and that's facts. And two, let's add this in. They only cheating with him for one reason. Your man probably got good dick, and that's probably what you're jealous about. Is he just
Hello.
got good dick all over the community? But hey, that's what little sluts do. You know what I mean? Little sluts
Men
it up.
just love new pussy.
Yeah, yeah. New pussy is like a Christmas gift. You know, it's like Christmas gift, but like you know, for the women out there who tend to their man, you know, that the same pussy is like a Christmas gift too, especially depending on what they're doing in the bedroom with you. You know what I mean? Keep your man at home because you know you got to do what it takes. You know
And
what I mean?
that's a like
I
I don't know
not
what
what?
it's like. I don't know what it's like to live with a man because I've never lived with anyone I'm in relationships with.
Oh
But
man,
I just don't have it in me to want to see the person I'm with every fucking day. So I
mm,
can imagine how mundane that shit gets.
mm,
Be with a person every fucking day. You gotta reinvent yourself. You gotta be on some kinky shit. And I think some people get into relationships and they get lazy.
yeah, you can't get complacent in relationships. You actually have to keep reinventing everything. But what you're saying, as far as the hard part about seeing the same person every day, that's just until you meet the right person.
Mm,
Meet the right person. That thought won't cross your head because
okay.
enough of them. You know what I
Because
mean?
I was
Oh,
worried.
I gotta be with I want to see him. When you sing, trust me, I had the same thoughts when I was single. It was like, man, I lived before my current girlfriend. Like, I lived with a girlfriend before in the past, and that was probably the worst mistake I ever made in my life.
Ooh-wee.
And I was like, we'll never do that again. And I even told her when we met, I was like, one thing I won't do is move in with a woman too fast ever again
Yeah.
because that was just it was tragedy for me.
Mm,
But these are all life lessons you got to learn on the
yeah.
path to it. So, and I hear you coming from, you're 33, you're in your prime, you already got kids, you seem like you got your shit going on for you. So you have your standards and you know what you want. But
Mm,
what I want to make sure is that you don't miss out on that perfect guy because it seems there's a lot of negative ideas out here as far as when men say certain things, you have to kind of second guess them. And I'm like, nah, sometimes at a specific age, that nigga being real with you.
mm,
And you gotta take him for his word. Like
yeah.
if a 28-year-old nigga come to you like, yeah, girl, I'm ready to settle down, run for the fucking hills. That nigga lying. Like he probably is not ready to settle down. He's just trying to, bust your ass. But if a 35, 36-year-old nigga come to you and be like, yeah, I'm ready, man, and everything lines up, give him a chance. All I'm saying is give him a chance. I'm not saying wife him. I'm saying give him a chance because that is the age range. It's proven scientifically where men start to kind of be like, hey, I think I want to get out of this shit. You know what I mean? I'm cool. I need to retire my jersey, blah, blah, blah. So we don't want y'all to miss out. This is advice for the ladies right now. Men can probably come in and concur with me on
Mm,
this as well. And this ain't 100% foolproof because obviously, like we've spoken, there's men in their 50s that ain't shit.
mhm, mhm.
so this ain't for every man. I'm just talking about the average. We're at an
Right.
average right now, people. So let's get into some of these messages.
Judge, you stupid for that one, but you totally right though. They be bad as shit about they fucking man. You calling a woman just ready to fucking rip her throat
Yeah.
out about some bullshit, but you'll lay with that man every night and make him some food.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you okay, baby? How you was out giving that bitch? That bitch stole my dick tonight. Yeah, baby, she just took my dick and fucked
Yeah.
herself with it. Like,
Yeah.
what you talking about?
Exactly.
I'm cheating on you every night because I don't respect you. Women need
Hmm.
to start looking at that shit.
Yeah.
Look at it from that point of view. A nigga don't respect you if he cheats on you that often.
Yeah.
Because he think you ain't going there ain't no consequences to suffer. So
Yeah.
if he don't respect you, why are you still with him? Ask
Hmm.
that question. You know what I mean? Like make that nigga respect you by fucking leaving
Yeah.
him.
And stop talking about I'm gonna leave. Just get up and go silently.
And yeah, exactly. Don't even talk about it. Don't keep calling your girlfriends, saying the same shit to them. Do the shit. Because the biggest piece of advice I'm gonna give you, which is a whole nother show
Yeah.
that I'll do down the line, and the men can come in and comment on this if you want. Ladies, you're not gonna change us.
Nope.
I repeat, history has shown, and I'm telling you right now, you ain't changing shit.
Yeah.
If we don't want to change, we're not gonna change. What you got is what you're dealing with. I'm a piece of shit. I'm gonna be a piece of shit. Like,
Men
yo,
change
please stop believing
they
you can
want,
change. Go
men
ahead.
change when they want to, and men change when they're ready. You cannot make
Exactly.
him ready. He either ready or he not ready. And you gonna have to accept that and have some motherfucking self-discipline to be like, okay.
Yeah. Which is why I'm giving y'all a hint about the 35, 36-year-old range, where it's like you won't have to worry about that as much. Because men might be a little bit more genuine around that time. But
Yeah.
if the first thing we talking about, oh yeah, I met him, girl, he don't meet none of my standards, but he fine, so I'm gonna change that. Please believe you ain't changing a goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Message.
Sean, I got one better. Why do these bitches marry they man? Why do you marry a nigga that cheated on you profusely? And then be like, oh, I got the ring now, so it's official. Well, he's officially gonna do the same fucking shit.
Because they want what it looks like. They want the 2 cars, the dog, the kids that have their own rooms, the house, the illusion that they're happy, the illusion that they have everything. Meanwhile, your boyfriend that you've been begging to marry you and he's putting it off, and y'all at what, year 15?
Mm-hmm.
He has a whole nother child outside the household.
Whole nother family going on.
And you know it. He know it. And you still there hoping and praying and wishing. So sometimes when men give women like that the ring, is because they tired. Okay, I'm tired. All right, here. I only got so many years left. Might as well. And it's like settling. And so men, I think the illusion is women are the only ones that settle. I think men also settle, but they settle when they want to fucking settle.
Yeah, men settle in worse ways. Like I'm not putting on friends' names out there that I got, but I've seen some of my friends settle for the worst women. Like, went to all black colleges and settled for terrible white chicks. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But shit happens, later on down the line. But the question I was gonna throw out there for what Queen said is, besides that, you not only settling for that nigga's not even giving you, because what you said she gets it is the illusion of the family, the picket fence. But that nigga ain't even providing that. So now what are we really settling for? To stay in this project building, this 1-bedroom apartment, like, because you're not getting that. It's different when you actually are getting that. Okay, he got 2 cars in the driveway. He got a good job, blah, blah, blah. I dealt with him because of that.
But what's so crazy is sometimes even with that, the women don't even see that it was them that helped that man achieve that house. It was them that helped that man get those 2 cars. It was them that has that man being able to have something outside of his check when he get paid to buy something for himself, to look good and smell good for other women. So if you weren't there, and if you had some self-respect about yourself, that man would be less than where he's at, and you don't see the measurement and the worth and the value within yourself. So you spend years staying with somebody who will never respect you, when you could have spent years with somebody that loved your ass.
So now you done committed to somebody and made the perfect man for the next woman.
Hello.
You done made the perfect man. Because as I said, and I'm sticking by it, you ain't changing shit, but you can give advice that he may take. Because a man can sit there and be like, no, I ain't doing that, but she kind of right about it. I need to stop buying so many fucking Jordans every month and maybe save up for a house. And then now you done got the house. You're like, okay, I'm still here. And he's like, yeah, I ain't changing for shit. But she kind of right about it. I need to stop buying so much weed and probably
the woman that comes in your life and adds to your life in a way where you can grow, you can invest in yourself, and you can grow your money instead of spending your money on her on dumb shit. That's the one around.
Yep. So before we get to these messages, let me re-announce what we initially were talking because we just keep going away. So to all the new listeners in the room, we talking about we're trying to show the actual people that you can have a successful relationship after a one night stand. We know there's a bad um, whatever title that comes with it, where it's like, oh, one night stand, shouldn't be doing that, blah blah blah. But we've had some people who came in who had 10-year relationships, multiple year relationships after one night stands, and you can qualify as the husband or woman after a one night stand. Like I just said, it's not about how quickly you do it; it's how much you do in that one night stand. Now she
Mhm.
gets hasn't had that experience.
Mhm.
She takes the long game route, which
Mhm.
we respect, but she still has knowledge to drop on women and
Yeah.
men about how to make shit work, and that's what we're doing for y'all tonight. Make sure just because you had a one night stand, know that you are loved. You know, like you are of value. You
Yeah.
still can have a good relationship and a long term relationship with someone just because y'all had a hot moment of passion, you know what I mean, in one night. But you can still make things work. Make sure you follow myself and she gets it. We are here with content controversy on the Dungeon Show. You know what I mean? It's what we do. This is actually our first show together, but we putting it
Yeah.
out here and making sure it's going well for y'all. And
You see,
make sure you
what
comment.
good people do and make you have the illusion like we've done this already.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The flow is going very well. That's why where I wanted to get this show done because I'm like, yo, we gonna definitely have a good flow and it's going very well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we want y'all to keep commenting and give us your advice. Judgment free zone. We adults here. We know what kind of topic this is. Judgment free. We're not judging you. I may judge you after the show's over, but I ain't gonna say nothing on there. So make sure you send your messages and comments. Let's go. We're gonna keep it moving.
No, what I will say is a dude is definitely going to tell you what it is. We ask questions, and the problem as women is we don't like the answers that y'all niggas provide. However, you ask the question, so this is the answer. And when we ask y'all, do you want to be in a relationship? And you be like, no, we're not ready. You mean that shit. I ain't ready.
Yeah.
It's us that as women that try to make it what it's not. Like trying to make, oh, well, maybe he meant, well, no, that nigga meant exactly what he said. He ain't ready.
You ain't changing shit. Can't stress that enough. You're not gonna change shit, man. Next message.
Hi, she gets it pod.
Oh,
Shan, what's up, girl? Hi, Dungeon. This is your girl Tiara. I
No,
just wanted to let you guys know I'm at work right now, so I'm not going to be able to, chime in. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm listening, I'm supporting, and, uh, I love you guys. All right,
thank
have a good show.
appreciate the love.
facts.
Yes, guys. And what is up with that whole nother family shit? Like, who wants to have a whole entire. I don't understand how these niggas have the time or the money for it. Like, I would be on Snap. Like, if I am sitting here and I'm in a whole ass relationship with you and you got a whole ass family, 3 kids, they all virtual school, your wife at home, nigga, how do we have time to do X, Y, and Z? Yo, I don't get it. That's why I don't even play in that arena because I've been unstrangled them.
Right. First of all, Butterfly Jones, let's get this shit correct. I don't
Mm.
think nobody got a whole nother family during the pandemic. Okay? I think right now, after the way you made that shit sound, I'm like, yeah, why the fuck would you do that? Like, cause now you ain't it ain't about the fucking you taking care of 2 sets of kids. Now you're teaching kids in the house. You can't go nowhere. Like what is it? Well, I'm sorry. She gets you down in Atlanta. Y'all just ain't did shut shit up since the beginning of this. Y'all man,
Atlanta's out here with its pussy open since the pandemic started.
y'all are ridiculous. I think y'all done killed little Duval and ain't nobody tell us, but we're gonna talk about that later. So figure out, Atlanta's a whole nother story. But I'm in Jersey, so we here in the tri-state area, we in. You know what I mean? They lightly opening shit up now where you can have 35% of people in somewhere only because the vaccine is out. But
Yeah.
everywhere else, I am not taking care of 2 families and raising 2 sets of children just so I can get 2 sets of pussy.
Let me tell you,
Hell no, not during no pandemic. Can't do
my
it.
my youngest child's father, um, was in his relationship when I met him at 18, but she was out of state. I didn't know. I was young. He was older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was naive, and I feel like he took advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a on and off relationship for the last 15 plus years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And through other reasons, it just came to a point where legally, by law, it has to be a boundary, right?
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why it stopped. But it would never stop if I didn't get like the law involved to create that boundary.
Yeah.
So this man before that happened was on some, you know, I need a key to your house. I need
Mm-hmm.
a drawer. I should have some clothes here just in case. Have my soap here that I use at my house. That way she would never know
Yeah.
that I did anything. And it's a mindset like some men think that them being a man is having plethora and
Yeah.
having plethora of women and plethora of options is
Mm-hmm.
fine. That's something you want and all your women want, and you could be honest with all your women if you can afford it. But most men out here cannot afford to have multiple women, have multiple families, and have multiple children. And that's the fucking problem. When you
Okay.
can take care of your family and have a standard and be honest and put your dick on the table and everybody is on agreement,
Mm-hmm.
that's boss shit. But it's a lot of false boss shit going on where
Mm-hmm.
men they can delegate women to benefit them, but they mad when women want benefits.
Yep. And I'm gonna just throw this out there, men, and this is a fact. What she's talking about, niggas that do that, that's a form of insecurity. That's not
Hello.
that's not male dominance. Like I need men to understand this right now. I went to school for sociology and got my degree in that. That is a big form of insecurity. It's not, and that's why it's something that you usually do when you're younger. You
Yeah.
know, dominating bitches with your dick. I fuck 5 bitches in a day. Look, that's cool when you young. But at this point, when you older, you need to see a therapist.
Yeah.
Like there's something that's bothering you in another area where you feel you have to dominate all these women with your dick because you're not living right. You're not giving the full support to any family, and you're actually when everybody finds out, it's gonna be fucked. So
And
like, what'd you say?
this was my concern with that when I found out and I asked him, I said, why would you want the headache of listening to two women complain about different things, have
uh,
two separate periods, and
mm-hmm.
why would you want the headache of being spent and split in between two people when you can put your investment in one? And that's
Yeah.
because they're insecure in losing something or somebody taking something from them. So they
Mm-hmm.
got to spread themselves thin just in case some shit happens. And what happens sometimes is men who have fathers who did the same shit
Yeah.
down and do the same shit. And so the same thing that you were trying to avoid having other children outside your household, you went ahead and you did the same shit.
You got that right. Let's go on and get through some of these messages. I don't want people getting mad at us.
So lately, I've been thinking about picking up dating again, but I do not know if I'm ready because my old fiance Marcus, he and we dated for like 6 years throughout high school, and then he proposed to me at prom, and he sadly passed away when he was going to Fort Benning because he was going into the military. And I just wanted to know, how do I know when I'm ready emotionally? And how do I get myself to that point that I want to be?
Hmm.
That's definitely a more serious question. I'm gonna take that when she gets you going. You do that first. I got to think of my answer.
I would say, like, I'm sorry for your loss. I feel like you need time to process it mentally. And you know when you're ready to date, when anybody could bring up death, a loved one, and you don't get emotional. And not that you don't get emotional like you forgot about it and you don't give a fuck. Like you don't you have like control of your emotions to know that that was also your experience, but you're not at a place where you can talk about it, and you don't have to compare and contrast everybody you meet to the person that you lost. That's when you know you're okay.
See, facts right there, Squish Muffin. I agree 100%. Um, all I can do to add to that is just make sure you take your time about it, bro. Don't rush back into this. There's a bunch of shitty people out here anyway. So take your time. Grieve properly, and like she gets it said, when you're ready, and you're ready, then slide right back onto it, nice and easy. Make sure you take heed to all the stuff we're telling you about how these men out here acting though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But please take your time when there's grief involved in a death. Please take your time. Do not rush back out here. There's nothing to rush back out here for, to be honest with you.
Exactly. Now, what we need to do is spend years finding yourself first before you go out and find somebody else. Because if you don't know who the fuck you are, you can't be with somebody else. It's not even possible. Been
Yeah.
there and done that.
This is
Yeah.
fact.
There should be a dating app for people who are trying to find themselves. And
Mm.
y'all shouldn't be allowed to date. Y'all should help each other find yourselves and then go on the regular dating apps after you get a diploma to move on, because you toxic people is just out here fucking shit up. Shoot.
Yeah.
Next message.
I love it, guys. I'm totally impressed, just to let y'all know.
Thank you. Thank you
Appreciate
for your
the love.
yeah.
It should sound like a plethora of disease to me.
Listen, if they don't pick wisely, it can be. If
Mm-hmm.
the women they fuck around with don't have standards and spread themselves thin with other men, it can be. And it's very dangerous because you could spend 10 years with somebody and not know who the fuck they are. You could spend 20 years with them and not know who the fuck they are. You just have to be aware of what your boundaries are, because that shit can go as long as it needs to go, as long as you tolerate the shit.
Yep. These are facts. Next message.
Right, Sean. We call them fabs, fake ass bosses, fabs.
New word. Okay.
I'm glad she threw that out there because I definitely didn't know about that acronym. So
Me neither.
I appreciate that one. But now that we got through these messages, yeah. So that's cool. Once again, to the new listeners that came in, we are talking about if you can commit to someone after a one night stand. My personal viewpoint is you can, and it's not about how fast you do it. It's about how much you do. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you still have this primary position. You can still be a wife or a husband to someone just after y'all had sex the first day. We are all adults here. Shit's gonna happen. This is not, the 1940s and 50s when our grandparents and parents were around dating. It's different nowadays. So, you have to have what I say your horror odometer working. Because if
Mm-hmm.
your horror odometer is not working, you will fail this test. So that's the main thing. Get your horodometer together. If you don't have a horodometer, just don't do this. Date somebody you don't sleep with on the first night. That's all I can tell you. We were talking about people with professional horodometers, male and female, that know when somebody's lying to them about their whoreness. You know what I mean? We can get deeper into whoreness as well because, there are clearly signs, and I'm going to ask you, she gets it as far as from the female perspective. What are some keywords a male may put out in your experience that let you know, especially since you play the long game, where a man may say certain things that are keywords that let you know, oh, he a whore, watch out, it's a lie. He not really on this
when
monogamy.
when you hear him talk to his boys and be like, "Man, a pussy is a pussy."
Oh shit. and and that's a basic level whore too. Lady,
Hello,
lady,
hello. And
if you go ahead.
when it comes to hoes or women you don't know, take their asses to the beginning of who they are, the hotel. Stop
Mhm.
taking these women to your home.
Yeah. What the so they can come back and fuck your car up.
Listen, not even that. Women down here in Atlanta, and I know they do it elsewhere. Men will use women as bait, put them in bars. They meet you, they get your number, you take them to their place, and then you have like 10 men run up in your shit.
What the yo? What's going on here, man? See this?
And let you go out of town. This happened to one of my close friends that I used to work with. Let you go out of town, you come back, and your shit got broken into, and all of your key shit is gone. That's because the woman that you brought back to your place
Yeah,
pillow talk with other men, and they come up in your shit, and they
yeah.
know when you're gone, and they know when you're not there. So take these hoes and these women you don't know, you don't want to get to know, to the motherfucking hotel.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta stop this shit. You mean to tell me there are niggas that are bringing hoes to their crib and letting
Yes,
niggas come over to run train?
yes.
Yo,
Off
come
of
on.
Tinder, off of Bubble, or whatever the fuck people be using to date out here, just meeting women at the bar and bringing them to their place. I had another friend who's working from home now, an engineer, makes good money,
Mm-hmm,
very smart and intelligent, street smart too, but dumb when it comes to pussy. And
mm-hmm.
brought this girl that he met at a bar to his place. This girl wouldn't leave, and he kept allowing her to come back. And in the county that he lives in, Georgia, at a certain time when a woman is there, she's now a resident. If you want to remove her, you got to go to court.
Wow, that's
Stop
crazy.
bringing women and not knowing the state laws of where you live to your
Uh-huh.
shit. Okay, people are supposed to earn certain places and levels and information of your life, right?
Yeah,
Not just give that out. And so men, how I know men are hoes is when they're very loose with who they give their dick to and allowances to.
yeah, definitely. You're right about that. So I'm gonna. So, ladies, y'all hear it out here. This these men that a whole sign is when they're loose with the dick and just give it to anybody. That's
Yes.
just letting y'all know. Loose with the dick. Me, um, from men that are hoes, from my experience, uh, it's just I feel like I said, there's a lack of respect. Like he's just gonna do things that show you he don't care that he's a hoe. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Um, kind of he'll flirt openly with other females. Uh, it's things that men are. I'll put it like this: when you're in a relationship, there's shit that we are scared to do, and we're trained correctly. We're not even gonna do that shit. Like I would never flirt with another female in front of my girl because she'll stab her, break her neck in three places. I'm not gonna have that woman get killed because my woman know how to fight. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that because I respect my woman. You know what I mean? But there's little things like that. Invite a girl he fucking with over to uh, 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 an event at the crib. You know what I mean? And act like he ain't fucking her, or invite a girl he fucked in the past in any situation when you're in a relationship. These are signs that'll let you know your man's a hoe and he's still out here hoeing. If you gotta be like, wait, so that girl that I met tonight, that you used to fuck her? Yeah, but we friends, blah, blah, blah. Yo, that's disrespect. You don't ever bring no past pussy play around your current woman and act like that shit's okay. Because think about it, let's just put the shoe on the foot. How would you feel if your girl brought some niggas that was dicking her down back in the day around you? Was like, oh yeah, this niggas bust my ass back in the day, but now we just smoke weed and we cool. You
Yeah.
you cool with that, right? No, you punch this nigga head to the white meat. So don't do that to your woman. Like people, you gotta understand, eh? You do unto others as to an extent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So watch out, lady. Keep your eyes open for these hoe ass niggas out here. And next, we gonna go to signs of the female hoes because
Before,
they going too. You know?
listen, before we move to this is another thing for men who have women friends that they respect, and they will possibly, if a relationship did come about, want to work. The more my male friends share with me how they pick up women, they fuck women, they
Mm-hmm.
don't women, they pick up new ones, they don't level up that woman from a 7 to a 9 to a 10 and so on.
Mm-hmm.
When you allow your dick to get all these miles on it that ain't worth shit, you will
Mm-hmm.
you will never get an invitation to my pussy.
Yeah, as you shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like you just out here, you deal with anything. So
Listen,
therefore, I'm not gonna let you in because you're not exclusive. You,
hello.
you deal with anybody. You know what I mean? They'll take notes, man. Take notes. Let's get these messages out.
Yeah, say if you're having a one night stand and you're an adult, you two consenting adults having a relationship, hey, that's cool and all dandy. But if you're in a relationship, hey, you have to watch what you're doing. You cannot just go out there, open your legs up or pulling stuff out of anybody and everybody. You're in a doggone relationship. That's what you want to be in when you got there. If you don't want to be in it, hey, don't cheat. Just get out the relationship because you're going to sit back one day. You're going to come home smiling, thinking everything's all right. That person, he or she, don't know what you done did. Next thing you don't know that person already knew what the hell you just did. And you in the bed, laid down, sleep, thinking everything's all fun and dandy, but your ass wake up with a pain in your side, and this person standing over you playing fucking operation with your ass. So you need to watch what you're doing and take care of yourself.
Mm,
Yeah, that's the arrogant people, man. Like the arrogant people who out here cheating and act like they spouse ain't smart enough to catch them. That's the
listen.
we weren't really talking about that. We were just saying you could have a one night stand and be in a successful relationship after. We're not saying you should be cheating in your relationship and having one night stands. That's not what we're saying at all, brother. It's like we just saying, hey, if you had a one night stand with somebody, it isn't over for you. You still are in the running. You just have to play the cards right. We're giving the different perspectives of male and females as to how to handle shit when you have a one night stand, so that people will respect you enough to go further with you. But we are not encouraging any type of infidelities in any type of relationship, because to me that would just be an ignorant show. So, and I wouldn't do that because I don't want that karma on me. So this is literally how to get team one night stand people to get the respect they deserve. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, mm.
That sound like some old NY shit right there.
Listen.
Some old Brooklyn basement Biggie shit.
Well, I'm from the tri-state, so I got to know what she's replying, what she's talking about. Because
She's talking about women who are used as bait to have men run up in other people's houses.
oh yeah, you know
Because
what? No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
in Atlanta, it's really easy to look like you got it. It's really easy to look like, you live in lavish, you get like the nice cul-de-sac neighborhood, the nice quiet neighborhood, the good part.
Yeah.
And people get comfortable when they get in the good part. Even people that's from the streets or from hood and
Uh-huh.
get to the point where they can buy a house and they move to the good area, you start to leave your keys unlocked for your car that's in your driveway. You start to
Uh-huh.
and leave windows unlocked. And when you go to work and all of those houses are empty, there's a car that has enough gas in it to drive up in those neighborhoods and kick in those back doors and
Uh-huh.
take. So stop getting comfortable. Keep that head on a swivel and be
Yeah.
smart. Take that street smart to your nice neighborhood.
Yeah. And see, the advantage y'all have in Atlanta is this open carry state. So,
Yes.
as me and my girl have said already, like if we move to that area, the first thing we doing is going to getting them big,
Hello.
like the big ones. Because
Hello.
hey, listen, if all these insane white folk and white young kids can go around getting their hands on that shit, oh, give me the biggest gun I can find to have in my house to protect me and mine. Because
Fact.
I'm not playing with that. I'm like, yo, as they said, that amendment was made. Not that ain't just for white people. That's for everybody. You know what I mean? And Big Mike has been advocate for that. And I never really thought about it until he kind of explained why he was so big on the gun amendment. And I was like, yo, I get it now. Like, you don't need to get rid of guns. You need to have one.
You need to have, and you need to be smart about having one. For
Yeah,
instance, both of my kids know that I have a gun. Both of my kids know not to touch my gun. Both of my
exactly.
kids know where on the gun, if it's touched, it will go off. But
Mm-hmm.
my kids are not at an age where I'm comfortable training them on the handling of my gun, but I will teach my daughters how to use a gun because I think it's important. But I don't even have a gun safe with the key because it's easy to get a key and turn it. They're not dumb. I have a
Yeah,
gun safe with a code, and I think it's not guns that kill people, it's dumb people with guns that kill people.
You got that right. And listen, and that's a northern agreeing with you. Like I've come to terms with that shit. I was like, nah. Well, once I get the crib and all that, I will definitely have guns in the crib, and they'll
Yeah.
be safe, like you said, with the code. But what
But
I'm not, let somebody come in my house in the middle of the night, not hit them digits and be like, let's play.
listen,
What I mean? You so arrogant, you thought you was gonna come in here and not
listen.
leave full of holes? Let's go, bro.
Your kitchen have one. Your bedroom have one. Uh, and your reach, not your kids' reach, have
Yeah.
one. In your car, have one because people really do get stupid in traffic.
Oh
Down here,
yeah.
gonna have one.
Yeah, especially in them open carry states, and that's why, like, even when this is definitely getting off topic, but when I would see the videos of black men that got shot by like an angry white person in Florida at a
Mm-hmm.
gas station, I'd be like, "Yo, where was your gun? Why
Yeah,
did he only have a gun? Like,
yeah.
because they be so arrogant about it, like, oh, what'd you say, boy?" And then
Mm,
they cock back a shotgun. You should be bringing an AR. Like, I said what I said. Now we
that's right.
both gonna die here today, or you gonna go the fuck back to your car?
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? Like,
I have
it's
to
no
deal with
mistake for
that.
everything. Huh?
Listen, I deal with that on a uh uh just a non-violent way. Being a woman and driving in my car in Georgia with my two kids,
Yeah.
if you're driving and people are insecure and they feel threatened, I've
Mm-hmm.
had and I was driving through a neighborhood because I like to back street instead of main street. I was
Yeah.
driving through the neighborhood and the guy felt like I was following him and he stopped dead in the middle of the street. And he opened his car door really aggressive and he started walking towards me. I
Uh,
rolled down the window and I said, "Don't fucking walk to my car." And I
uh,
put my gun on the dashboard. And once he saw it, he was like, "Do you know me?" I said, "No, I don't know you, but I have somewhere to be, so I need you to get in your car and get the fuck out the way because you taking the space on both sides." And
yeah.
he was like, "But why are you following me?" I said, "I'm not fucking following you. You're clearly lost." I
Mm-hmm.
said, you're going in circles because you're going to make a right turn out of this neighborhood when you could have just went the other way. But
Mm-hmm.
I need to go to the bank. I have the loaded gun and my kids in the car, so get the fuck back in your car and get out my way.
No.
This man didn't have shit to say but to get in his car and get out my way because he was lost. But that aggressive shit, you're
Yep.
not walking up on my car when I have kids in my car. Are you crazy?
No. Black folks from the South, please listen to this message. I need y'all to understand. Open carry is for everybody in those areas. If it's open carry state, make sure you have something to open carry. Fuck out of here, man. Message.
Oh yes, I know that one, but I'm just saying to the people that are doing it, some of them just don't understand that, being in a relationship is one thing, being single is another. But I do dig what y'all talking about, and you are right. There are a lot of relationships that came out of one night stands, but both of them single when they got into it. So that's the thing that I'm talking about. But you're right on that also.
All right, cool.
Mm.
That's right, Dungeon. I'm originally from Connecticut, but I moved down here to Raleigh. And as soon as I got here 3 years ago, I bought me a nice nine. I don't
Good.
go nowhere without her.
Good. Listen, I encourage all of my black folk in open carry states, go buy your guns. You
Yes.
scared to have them these open carry states. I can't have one up here in Jersey. They don't play that shit at all. If they even see me thinking about a gun up here, it's 8 years in jail.
Listen,
So I'm not doing it, but until I get my home. But other than that, if you are in the South and it's open carry, please protect yourselves, yo. I'm so
women,
tired of seeing these videos where it's a convenience store and a white man get mad and just blow a black man head off and be like, I had the gun and he didn't. When it could be different when you bring your shit out too and be like, what's up, player? What
yeah,
we doing today? You want to make it home to your family? You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, oh shit! What a shot! Sorry, I'm watching basketball.
And,
But
and
like,
be
yeah, but
educated about that shit. And women, especially if you live alone, go get you a few of them things. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Get one for the car, one for the house, or
mm,
however many you want, and be educated on handling that gun. Go to the gun range. There's a lot of black owned gun classes that you can take. You can teach your kids and get your gun license and don't let that shit expire.
yeah, yeah. Like, what are we? I gotta get off topic because we definitely get on topic. But I just like, what are we so scared for? that amendment was made for everybody. I get it. We feel like most amendments was only made for white people, but until they say only white people can have guns,
Right.
go shit. You see what
Right.
these white kids doing? Other white kids, they lighten them up in school. Listen, it seems like we get into a time where there's a certain pack of Americans that think they can just run up and shit and do things.
Yeah.
Go get your guns. Y'all
Yeah.
saw what happened on January 6th. If they're doing that at the Capitol, they may start to run up in other places. And all I'm saying is be prepared. You know what I mean? Shit, your boy Dave Chappelle said it. He in Ohio. Come on,
Yeah.
man. Let's go. Next message.
Look, I sleep with the gun, and she don't snore.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Right, we ain't going out without a fight. One of us gonna die tonight. It's gonna be you, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are we just letting people shoot us in open carry states? I don't understand that shit. Yo.
I ain't asking.
Man, Dungeon, don't even get me started with that. With the white people, they wildin'. Me and Bay got a show tomorrow called Insurrection Going Wild. It's gonna be at 7:30. Y'all check it in if you could. But I am not around for the nonsense. I went out and got me a crossbow, nigga. I ain't even playing. I will shoot you right in your heart.
I'm definitely checking that. I'm definitely checking your show out, Queen. Like that, because I believe that shit. Like I'm telling you, it's funny because it took Killer Mike going on a pro rant about it. You know, because I think he's in Atlanta, isn't he?
Yeah.
And him going on a rant about gun ownership for black folk. And then I thought about it, I was like, yo, he's right, yo. Like, why are we so scared to own guns? Like,
And
especially
the
as we're
thing,
supposed to.
the law hates when black people know their rights and they know what they can do and they know their amendments. So
Mm-hmm.
do what you can do while you can do it, because just like anything as far as voting and policies, when they take a survey on how many black people actually uh go out and get guns and utilize policies that are set in place
Mm-hmm.
versus people that don't, and they see that black people really don't, it ain't
Mm-hmm.
nothing for them to exclude you next.
Exactly. Like, make sure we taking advantage of this because I feel like one day it's gonna come down to that amendment where we gonna need them shits. You know what I mean? With the way things are going, things are getting weird.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, hey, all I'm saying is make sure you have a way to protect yourself. That's all. Like
Yeah.
protect you and your family. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with it. It's not illegal. We're not spreading disinformation here. These are facts. You're allowed to do it in certain states. If you got one of those states, we just saying go.